What's up, babies? Back again. It's a fighter in the kid. This is really the fighter in the kid.
Yes, sir. It's the fighter and the Psycho Mike.
Let's do it.
Is that fair?
The fighter and the male model today.
Oh, facts.
Just go with that.
Thanks for doing this, pal. Brian's in Florida, where all old people go to die. So we had to grace him that exemption.
Playing shuffleboard.
So I sent out the bat signal in Austin. You would. What's going on, brother?
Life. There was like a dozen pregnant. They bring in. It ended up being two because like one got like his dick got tired. But a guy brought in his billy goats and he's just started fucking.
Yeah.
And he started fucking to the point that they tried to fence off the women to make sure, and he would jump a fence, or they would jump a fence to get some sweet.
Yeah.
And he impregnated so many, and all of a sudden, once one started giving birth, it just 11 in the last 4 days.
And how long are they pregnant for? Regular pregnancy? Yeah. Like
no, not like human. It's not like a kitty. It's like 4 months or something like that.
Oh wow, so
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, like let them be and assimilate into the thing.
Just let them run wild.
Yeah.
Do you run into the wilderness? Do you ever kill anything on your farm? Like when you say farm,
Come on.
when I hear like that, you make some tough decisions.
Yeah, chicken. Yeah, like livestock, they get certain forms of sickness, and you got to do what the most humane thing is. Like, I actually talked about this in detail on a podcast I did, the Game Plan Pod. I was like, the one thing that farming has done about life as a whole is that in order to have a meaningful life, you have to do a bunch of shit you don't want to do.
Yes.
And like, especially the younger generations, I'm not going to be that guy, like old man, like your kids don't understand.
Yeah,
but I think like this hedonistic addiction, it's like, yeah, but I don't want to. I see that guy who's like really blowing up on right now. He's wears glasses. He's like a financial advisor, and he brings people on and just talk shit. He'll be like, I have 4 kids and no job, and I buy clothes every day. And he just lives in like the digital sphere. They do. I think there's
one guy gets hot.
Caleb Hammer. Yeah, that fella. He's like really. His videos that I see, because I don't really watch the show, but I see a lot of the highlights. A lot of them are for $7,000 a day, and you're a professional macrame animal maker on Etsy. Why don't you get to? And what I'm getting back to, my point is, like, I don't want to chop a chicken's head off. I don't want to put a goat out of its misery, but it's what's done.
Yeah.
For everyone to thrive.
Correct.
It's what has. You just gotta. I want to fuck one.
Yep.
I really don't, but it's what I do. I mean, and that's that.
Yeah. Just
and it'll
dim the rules.
It'll be a net positive in the end.
Yeah.
But that's
what would that sound
like? 30 35-year-old dude who's really healthy and like no.
See a clip of him, make sure I'm cool with it.
Also good on camera. He's like a charismatic fellow.
Out of 3 million subscribers, don't go with the one you just mentioned.
27, based out of Austin, Texas.
Of course.
This is financial audit.
Austin, Texas.
Main thing. It's a hybrid online coaching, online courses, and and also now that things are opening back up, I'm doing in-person things, and it's a hybrid of like yoga, meditation, life coaching, upliftment, and
So she's not making money.
essentially guiding people into feeling good and fulfillment in their life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how successful are you in this?
It's a work in progress.
Hey, good for her for having the balls come on.
I agree.
Making, 40K months, and
That'd be nice.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where my head was at.
And how much you bringing in a month?
It varies.
Average. Give me an average. Let's work with an average here. Break it down between the low months, high months. What's the average price? Just a brief pause to ask you to please consider subscribing.
A low month could be anywhere from 2,000-3,000
Okay.
to an average is, I would say, 6,500.
Okay, that's
Not bad at all.
6,500. Yeah.
average. That's not high. That's your average.
She's lying.
Okay, 6,500. Fantastic.
Yeah.
What's the complaint about that?
Because I spend 16 a month.
How long have you been doing this full
25.
time?
I mean, in the last few years.
Okay, so a couple of years bringing personal business to pretty much $80,000 a year. People would love that. I mean, you're $5,000 over the median household income in Austin, and well above the median in the United States. And it's just you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we in this debt in the first place? We haven't even talked about it. We'll go into it, but why? $80,000 a year.
Why?
Well, yeah, why are you in this debt? Get into it. Why are you not out of it? What is happening?
That's a question. I mean, it's on my vision board to have all my debts be. So,
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Vision board.
that's where, I didn't really understand the nature.
But we're in school. Like my dad teaches
Really?
Yeah. But he never talked to me about it. That told me, like, hey man, interest rates, credit cards, this is how this down, property taxes, state taxes, like, it's kind of this foreign thing, which is by design, I think. So, like, this young lady, granted, she's a little earthy, and, I don't think it's her thing. She opens up this business, she's taking credit cards, she's getting loans. You just don't know.
You don't know. And
So then, by the time you realize, you're like, oh shit, I don't know what she's in. I have $50,000 in debt, and she's like, oh my god, it's like, yeah, that's how she knows.
she's way less shitty than because at least she was nice and honest and open. She wasn't writing a rhythm and why it was created to make better. Maybe okay, fine.
Yep.
Reading, writing, arithmetic. The end. Grades K through 12. Somewhere along the line, there was a transition from only guys like Andrew Carnegie. You paid for your rent/mortgage and for your family's food, and and then I had money. I had money. Let me save some, and it was like a pretty clear balance sheet. Things changed, and like refis and that all. And the school and I that's the purpose of just exists. This is our real reality. This is what really matters to the average adult. And we're cool, yeah.
No one's doing it. So it's on the parents, and it's like the parents are busy. They it's school that they're gonna get them ready for life in the place, but it's really not like even myself. I learned today what you guys go through. These haven't changed in how long? Like the school system is one of the only systems. Now there's some examples where they have adapted and made some changes, but the school system really hasn't adapted or changed in fucking 50 years.
Longer.
We're just gonna keep doing the same shit over and over. It's wild.
It is wild, especially when you consider how I don't know shit about education, but I do. I mean, I went to school and I have a child, and I think back like the real valid lessons. Most of them were kind of latent benefits. It wasn't stuff I learned in class. Obviously, there was having a good basic and being able to write and speak. Outside of that, learning how to socially interact properly, learning how to meet deadlines, and a lot of it too was in school. I mean, in sports.
In sports,
and
that's why it's so. I don't mean to interrupt. But that's why it's so important if kids in sports. They have a future in a division which doesn't have to play for our Dodgers. That's not the goal. The goal, if you put your kid in sports and don't let them quit, force them to do it no matter what, is because you got to have carry through, but also you learn a work ethic. You learn how to communicate with teammates. You learn discipline, commitment, and then or in the locker room, how to relate to people from different perspectives of life. It goes so much further. And even if you look at it's like CEOs have a sports background in some facet, but they play cool.
They know too. I think the biggest thing for me with team sports, especially, was always there's so many avenues in life where you literally don't have to figure out a way to make it work with people that you think fucking tools or assholes or big, but they're really close to mine that I was like, this guy fucking sucks.
Yep.
Especially class. I was a freshman. This guy genuinely makes my life shitty. There was 4 hours a day during practice, and then the 2 hours on.
He's just different. He's gifted. He's so gifted. You can guess his ethnicity. He's so fast. So explosive. Football. And he's probably the best 10-year-old receiver. He just does. He doesn't have to do the same work that the other kids do.
Yeah.
He sometimes in his practice, I'm run the wrong route, the skill scores touchdown, and he's like, I don't get it, man. I'm like, you're getting the hard lesson. Sometimes there's going to be outliers, man. There's going to be things where guys have this advantage, and it's just sports isn't fair. It's not fair. I said now, as you go along, he's good right now.
Yeah.
You keep grinding. Eventually, T has a lot of talent, but eventually that talent, you're going to get to a spot where everyone has talent. And then, work hard. So when people go, hard work beats talent, it's like, that's not true. Because I know a lot of talented kids who work just as your kid, and their kid's fucked.
Yeah.
So for T, he's like, dealing this, like, well, I did for about a week. That kid did none, but he's still hitting home runs. I'm like, yeah, that's sports.
Yeah, it is, and that's also like it's really interesting, very serendipitous in the last week or so. I've not only been having this conversation, but I had come across and I think that maybe it's secretly how algorithms work. But I've been having conversations, and also I've seen, whether it be serendipity or like a machine made for I've seen these clips of God. I remember this guy. It's not Matt Barnes. But he's a former. He is great. He's a really cool guy. But he's a former NBA player that does podcasts now, and he's really good.
Gilbert Arenas?
Gilbert Arenas.
He's big in the space.
And interviewer asked, who's the guy who had all the gifts but didn't put in the effort to become a GOAT? And Gilbert Arenas goes like, 99% of people who were in the NBA, guys who in the NBA, you have all the gifts. You're more gifted than anyone. He's like, but then he broke it down. He's like, that's all guys.
Yeah,
we all could, but then there's the killers.
There's the
but the number one comes to mind is Vince Carter. No one more physically gifted. Vince Carter, he just didn't have the killer instinct. Blah blah blah. Then I watched that. I see another clip from Charles Barkley, who talks about like I was the best. As good, if not better, than anybody else in the world. And he was. Charles Barkley was argument in the top 3 greatest basketball players in the world for a certain
at the time. Yeah.
When he his first time with Philly and his first year with Phoenix.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But he said anyone who becomes an all-star, certainly you get to Hall of Fame level. Everyone has crazy gifts. He said you have to have the talent. He said people talk about hard work and that beats talent. It's like no, talent and hard work together crushes. And then again the same thing. Just yesterday I'm watching an interview, not the quarterback, the bodybuilder, and he's like he talks. The thing about Ronnie, what was different about Ronnie was that all of us, if you have your IFBB card, you're gifted, and it's true. If you to get to even to like high level,
you're free.
You have crazy levels of genetic. Yeah. So the difference with Ronnie is like Ronnie and I would go do guest posing. He'd get off the plane. It's 2 a.m. He's like, let me go train now. Let's go do hit leg day. And I'm like, Ronnie, how does he end up? Jay Cutler works hard. Jay Cutler was a fucking animal. And he's like, who? This guy's next level. And then you hear the stories of Kobe and Jordan. There's a different thing. There's talent and this insane be better.
It's a weird mix. Yeah, you gotta have that killer instinct. It's like one of the guys I coach with on the football team, AJ, he's the all-time leading scorer at Texas for basketball. He played with Kevin Durant. He was in camps and had to defend Derrick Rose. Because I saw a video of Kevin Durant and this dude, I forget the dude, but he's an all-star. He's for Toronto. He's talking shit to Durant. He's mic'd up. I did to his buddy. Your best year was my worst year. He goes, what the fuck are you talking about? And the guy was like, you ain't shit. You lost step. He was like, oh, and Durant goes, you're about to learn today. He goes, give me the ball. Here, get the ball. Jukes him out, dunks it, and you're just like, what the fuck? So I brought up that video to AJ. I'm like, hey, Durant was just different. He's like, dude, when he came on campus, he goes, we're in the weight room. And it's kind of a famous clip of Durant can't bench 135. Can't. They show him just like. So he said they're in the weight room, and he's weak at everything. Yeah. And one of the captains on the team were like, man, you weak. And he goes, excuse me? He goes, you weak in here. And he goes, wait till we get out there. Okay. And he goes, we went out there. He's like, dude. We're like, oh shit. Yeah. He was like, I mean, literally did whoever he wanted at any given moment. He's like, you're just like, oh, there's levels. Don't give a fuck how much you bench, what your power cleaner and snatches. Durant was like, oh, cool, I can't bench whatever 135.
Especially with basketball, because you're talking about like change of direction and explosive, and like people lose. I'm not world's authority on sports science, but I was really fortunate to work with literally some of the people overlook the nervous system. There is clearly, obviously, like muscle contraction. That's a thing, and like the length of bones is the. Some people have more advanced nervous area. They just can react quicker. They can move. Their brain sees things faster and processes things faster than we do. And it, like, I guarantee, like, that's kind of what was going on there. It's like, yes, sure, I can't do 10 push-ups. I'm getting embarrassed.
Yeah, and dunk on you. What I'm here for, we're all here for. I'm the best.
I'm not a powerlifter, by the way.
I don't give a fuck about the weight room.
Yeah.
I spend my time in a basketball gym, you know? But it's just these outliers. I love hearing those freaking stories, man. Like, he was that good. He was never seen anything like it. AJ was, top recruiter of his class, monster.
I've heard you do this, that clip. I even heard Matt Damon talking about watching that clip. But that clip of you talking about the one time you were lucky enough to drink with John Jones. And he's like, he comes in late, he doesn't warm up, and there's a difference.
I think for some guys, if you get to that level and you see those guys who it's like, oh, man, he's just that gifted. And but I always knew, like, I was blessed with some gifts, but I was in, Tony Hollis. So I knew in order to get my foot in the door, I have to outwork everyone. Right. So that was like my thing, and I knew that, especially when I got to college. When I walked on the University of Colorado, all right, they gave me a shot. Now there's a lot of good guys. Some are faster, some are bigger, some are stronger, but I'll just be like that, separate myself with that. But then eventually, you're going to run into a guy who's bigger, faster, stronger, better at catching footballs, and works just as hard as you. And then he's the starting tight end in the NFL, and then you're selling supplements door to door. But that work ethic, you can take that and apply it to other shit. And that's the benefit of it. Let's take a little break from chatting with my boy, Mike Catherwood, because this episode of The Fighter and the Mic is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, who are in the business of keeping your car on the freaking road. O'Reilly Auto Parts offers friendly, helpful service and parts knowledge you need for all your maintenance and repairs. All right? They've got thousands of parts and accessories in stock, either in-store or online, so you never have to worry if you're in a jam. The team at O'Reilly Auto Parts tests your battery, whatever you need to replace your windshield wipers. It's super easy. Super easy to get done, and you'll find the people at the O'Reilly Parts shop near you is your one-stop shop for all things auto do-it-yourself, and you can find what you need in That's Fighter. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With movies like Pineapple Express, Trek Film Franchise, and Gladiator, and TV shows like Survivor, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Fairly Odd Parents, and Ghosts, Pluto TV is always free. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
Especially the real, when we're talking about, I'm not trying to say what sports harder, but when we're talking about the living on the edge sports, combat sports, football, American football, car, F1,
yeah,
where it's really kind of everything else in the world gets the volume turned down.
Yeah,
like if you can make it, you can kind of transition. If you put your mind to it, the transition.
Yeah, that baseball's a little different. I think
baseball players are just crazy.
It's twofold. It's like the reason why baseball in America is the most participated sport amongst kids is because at a young level, you don't have to be athletic and you can still contribute and play the game. In football, right away, you got to be pretty athletic. If you want to find us, go have them run track. And then you'll be like, oh, my kid's not that athletic. But in baseball,
track and gymnastics are the best. There's the best display of athleticism.
Of pure rawness, athleticism. But with baseball, it's like, you and I love the Dodgers.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't miss a game. I was watching Max Muncy, whose hand-eye coordination is freakish. But when you look at his build,
it's exciting because you're like, that was my fat uncle.
A professional athlete in any other capacity. Ball, he built his hand coordination. Maybe he was born with it and the coordination, all that. And his glove works amazing, especially at third. But baseball is different where, say Kevin Durant wanted to play baseball, it ain't happening. Derrick Rose, it ain't happening. But it's just not their thing. But baseball is a thing where you can't just pick up the bat and be instantly the stud right away. It takes a lot of reps, a lot of dedication in order, especially start moving like travel ball games. Like right now at 10, there's some kids who are outliers. Are they bigger than Tiger? No. Stronger? No. Faster? Nope. But their dads have them hitting every single coach doing work. They've put in the hours where maybe the kid's not the most athletic, to dedicate love time and time. So right now they're balling. Eventually, those athletes, if they stick with it, because I think baseball and MMA are similar. You can come in and be a pro level guy. It doesn't work.
Look at Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy's a really
free, all pro. So you have to put in the time for the technique and the execution. Like, you're not just gonna ran a 4 can beat Tom Assel. Like it. Like,
no, I
do you see what I'm saying?
Well,
that's a long. It's just those are two of the sports where it's like, you can be a freak, but you have to constantly work on it, and it's the technique. It's different than the other sport.
There's American baseball is, if you're going to a baseball, you're like, this is fucking boring. NFL on Sunday, you're like, I don't even like football, but Jesus Christ, that was amazing. What I just saw, and of course, NBA basketball, athleticism, excitement, can do. Baseball can be very, very boring, but if you love it, you love it. And here's one of the aspects of what I love about baseball is, like you said, he was a great human being on top of being a Cy Young level pitcher. As a freak, but also it's awesome that your fat, out of shape uncle was dominating.
Yeah,
there's something you connect with. So there's something that disconcerting Frank Ngannou, because you're like, well, I'm not.
You're like, it's not for me.
Like, Fernando's fucking torching dudes, and he looks literally like the guy who just delivered tamales.
Yeah,
and but also you can't. There's all these stories in other sports. There's the Christian Okoyes and the Hakeem Olajuwon, where they find freak athletes, and I would put a category as well. They're really talented athletes, and they make them football players. They make them basketball players. They make Dikembe Mutombo. They're like, I know you've never seen a basketball. We can do this, though. We can't play baseball. I can't play baseball.
There's nothing we
can do. Either you got it or you don't.
You got to pick up. You got to put the time, and it takes a lot of time and repetition, and some gets and that's why at the age of 13. Because at 13, that's when it gets really serious, and it's like, oh, I haven't put the time in. It's like those other kids did, blah, blah, and there's nothing we can.
It becomes unenjoyable. Right around grade is where you start. You try to little league crowd kind of die off, because it becomes, even if you're not good, it becomes really unfun.
Yeah,
really
unless your parents kind of know what's up, and they're like, just they can wreck and stuff fun. I would say it's even younger now, because travel ball has become such a business.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was
8, 9, and 10, like the amount of work my son has to do for the team that he's on, and the constant tournaments, it's like, okay,
things have changed for sure. That's
different.
I was good,
and I don't.
I played with I played with on travel teams and stuff. I played with a lot of Major League Baseball players. Like I in a part of Southern California where it was really a big deal.
California's the hub for MLB,
and it was like still. I played with a lot of guys like were really talented batters, and travel ball like Colt and Babe Ruth and stuff until I was like 14 or like 15. So really nowadays it's like what soccer was started to become in the where kids are playing on club teams at 7, and you're like, oh well, my whole. That's false transition.
Yeah, and it's not great. And if you talk to any like the pros like all-time great for Atlanta Braves, pros in the World Series, stuff like that. And father was there. He was his coach, so he's so knowledgeable on the game. He coached it. His son was a 10-year pro pitcher, monster. And so I talked to him about it. He's a small town in Texas, coached baseball all his life, coached his son. And I said, when do you know Clay was going to be a pro? He goes, at 7. I go, what? He goes, I was coaching teams, and we put him out there with the older kids. And I was into the team. I wasn't really giving him a ton of attention. And my wife, he's like, calls the shot. She's like, you need to start putting time into him. And he's like, all right, well, let's get him out there and see what happens. So he gets him out there. He's doing the drill. And his wife was like, we got that one.
Yeah.
I was like, at 7? He's like, yes. And I go, and was Clay like travel teams? No, it's just a business now. Business. So people can basically take advantage of these parents. Well, my son needs to be on this elite team to play Division I, or my son needs to be in this big, case tournament. If you're good enough, they'll find you.
It's kind of what college became. Right around our era of where you had like the specializers and in like freshman year, like that's not how like smart people in the 60s, they were just like, well, this guy's smart, he's going to go to a good college, and then he went to law school if he wanted to go. Like, fourth should be the next.
And it's not good.
No,
it's not good. And the evolution we're seeing of this is because like there was a kid not on our team, on another team, where I dad and I'm like, hey, where's Andrew at? He's like, oh, he reaches pitch limit for the year. And
that's getting crazy.
Oh, and we're in April. Who is this year? Oh, Christ, man. He's like, yeah, so they'll shut him down, only hit. I'm like, this isn't good. So what's going to start happening, we're seeing it now, is the level of participation at the high school level is down. Because kids are getting burnt out, throwing their arms out, burning the kid too hard, where by the time they get to high school, like, fuck this, I'm out.
That makes sense. And that makes sense.
And scouts don't like it either. Like, the pros are like, no. We don't want a kid who has too many miles.
Yeah. And it also, anything that college prep starts now in middle school, it's another kids.
Agreed.
I was talking to these kids, they go to UT, and they're good. I like them. They're good kids. I trained jiu-jitsu with them, and they're, like, good kids. And they were talking to me about, like, they go to parties, and they don't go to bars and stuff. And I was like, aren't you 19? And he's like, yeah. Like, no, see?
Yeah.
Like, I was walking to wherever, kind of go on my phone, I'll tell it around.
Oh, no.
And I was making fun of them, right? But then I left. And I was driving, I was like, dude, if I was 19, and I could just take bong loads and sit with my friends.
I'm not good, but I get
forced to go, and like talking to my daughter's in like that's how there's no books that can equate to that,
no. But I would say it's more like Tiger had an issue with a bully, and he says, what would you do, Dad? I go, I would have punched him right in the mouth. And Tiger did that. Now, if this is back where Tiger went to school in L.A., he'd been expelled for the year, kicked out. I'd have to come in. Parents might have filed police reports on shit.
Actionable, yeah.
In Texas, they're like, you're good. Kid deserved it. They're like, he's known for it. We're glad Tiger stuck up for himself. I was like, oh, well. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is Texas.
Yeah. And there's something to that. And I think, look, I was getting asked at Sean Johnson's podcast. He was a really nice guy. And he was a Navy SEAL. He's a macho, kind of real alpha Chad, like a real alpha, not like what the internet tries to create.
You're like a legit tough guy.
He's a fucking Navy SEAL.
Yeah, that term gets thrown around a little too much.
Yeah, exactly. And we were talking about that, and I was saying that he asked me, why did I move to Texas from California? And I said, I'm not going to be like every other coastal guy that moves to Texas or Tennessee or Florida and then talk shit about. I love LA. I love it. It's my culture and my friends and my families, and I love a lot of stuff. I said, but the thing I love, and the one besides the people, top tier is the reason why Texas is better. The people here are fucking amazing. They're awesome. But I think which is correlated to is like that whole, since the beginning of this state, since it was its own country, is there's this idea of personal freedom. It's like, okay, handle it on your own, and live as you want to live. And as you were pointing out, like a fist fight in school, even if the kid deserved it, in California, there's going to be so much red tape about it. Here, they're like, well, okay, well, maybe that kid shouldn't be such a fucking asshole. Correct. You know?
And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to have to deal with the dad. And the dad literally was like, yeah, man, hopefully my kid learned the lesson. I was like, oh, really? Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt.
I have the best example of, now granted, where I moved from was a very exaggerated, cartoonish environment. I lived in Venice, and you're very familiar. It's like Venice is there's nothing. It's insane. It's an insane.
It's a special place.
There's like Berkeley, Venice Beach, California, and there's these little spots. Boise's becoming like it's just this weird. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where they're peculiar. You feel like you stepped on a set of a movie. But my wife used to go on that like next door type apps where it's like the neighborhood's going on.
Oh yeah,
you know. So in Venice,
I'm involved in that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, you know. Yeah. But my wife would almost on a daily basis. I'd come home from whatever I was doing, and my wife would be like, "Oh, there's a neighbor on Dell or in Rose. There's a lurker and the suspicious character, and the girls are talking about maybe they need to call the police." And the week we moved to Texas, my wife was on a Facebook group that the neighbors who welcomed us, they came and they welcomed us and like, welcome to the neighborhood, blah, 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 like local farms. The week we moved, she started this Facebook group to be in contact with these girls. There's this suspicious dude walking down Adrian Way. And every person, I just got a new 38. I'd love him to try that. Oh, he needs to step onto my property. That'd be fantastic. No discussion of calling discussion.
We'll handle this.
My husband's walking out to the street. He's going to take care of it. Don't worry. Todd's going to deal with this guy. And I was like,
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
This is sick.
I'm on like those Citizen apps and all that shit. Yeah, I just love looking and seeing if there's any, like weird people in the neighborhood or whatever. When we were in LA, I would say 3-4 weeks before we left, I'm on the app, and this guy, probably like 6-7 houses down, gets murdered. Decapitated.
Good times, okay.
Yeah. And this is how numb you are in LA, like, especially after the fires and after COVID, home invasion in my neighborhood was up 700%. So I'm like one of only maybe 2 coaches whose houses didn't get, right? And so there's robberies and crime happening nonstop in the hood, in our neighborhood, nonstop. But I'm so used to it, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And it's pretty wild shit, but I'm like, but it's so common, like, oh, damn, that's crazy. Hopefully he's all right. Damn, decapitated, that's wild. And I just keep going. I come here, I get on the same app, and they're freaking out. Oh, yeah, decapitated.
Medieval times. Like, what the fuck?
It's gang related. I think cartel shit. But then here, it's like the only thing I see is like, did anybody get the license plates of that black cyber truck going way too fast down the neighborhood? I'm like, oh, buddy. Where I come from, a guy got decapitated. You know?
There is that's cute conversation where you have and I used to get mad at New Yorkers, a very older generation of New Yorker would move to LA, usually working in the entertainment industry. And they were always telling about like, well, back at home, they don't do that kind of thing. It's easier. It's, if you're from Long Island, that just becomes easy because you don't have to deal with all this pussy California shit all day. But now I find myself doing. I was in an Uber and we were in traffic on the freeway, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well, traffic's starting to get so bad out here. I just don't know what to do." And I was like, "Oh, that's cute." I know. Because I was coming back from it. From the airport where I just got back from LA, just on the 405, and I was like,
"Get LAX."
5 seconds later, he goes like, "Yeah, man, this homeless problem's." He was like,
"Oh, no, buddy,
that's cute, but
but that's all he knows.
No, it's true.
That's all he knows.
The homeless problem in LA now has gotten to, I think I'm living in a simulation. Like, what are we doing? Like, I remember the first time I saw factory farming, like, up close, where I was like, what are we, can't, this can't be how we just live on, like, we can't just treat animals, like, what the fuck are we doing? And you see Skid Row, you're like, whoa, time out.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We're all cool with this? Like,
everyone's insane.
It's been that way for how long?
At least 20 years.
Yeah, but now it's gone too fast where I think it's too far-fetched to help.
It's kind of...
Like, what are you going to do? To clean it, like, what are you going to do? What the fuck are you going to do? To be fair, like, and now California has so many more people, especially compared to Austin and stuff like that, so you're going to, obviously just through shared numbers and the odds, you have more homeless, so that makes sense. But
also the weather.
But the weather, too.
I remember this day.
When's the last time we went downtown Austin? It ain't great.
That's true, but are you gonna...
It ain't great.
But no, I'm more worried when I talk about the weather. I think with Southern California is an added loop to the homeless is that you're not gonna fucking die.
You're not gonna freeze.
And that speaks a lot to you if you're a homeless person. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna not die.
Yeah, but either way, like, you're not gonna, unless you're in the valley, but if you're in, like, Santa Monica or Venice, it never gets too hot, never gets too cold, so it's a fucking dream if you're homeless. Florida, it gets too hot. We're like, dude, I'm gonna dehydrate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So California is literally like home base.
It's a spot.
It checks all boxes for homeless.
I remember when I moved to Jersey, and the week I was there, and I opened up the New York Times, and I saw a homeless man froze to death, and I was like, what? Like, I genuinely, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, oh, that's real. If you live on the streets, you can die. Yeah. And because of where I came from, that's not. I know. Yeah, it was so crazy. I also think, like, the funny thing about California politics is that they never want to, and I'll defend them. It's ugly, but they never want to actually deal with a problem.
No.
Let's homeless aside, that's politics in like general. But like, for instance, like traffic got really bad in the 90s. It started to escalate to the point where, so they go, let's let motorcyclists go through in between lanes. And you go, first off, hardly 1% of California rides a motorcycle. Secondly, that's the most insane, dangerous shit I've ever heard. None of you who just came up with that bill ride a motorcycle, because that's insane.
You're gonna have to, let's create HOV lanes. We gotta pay.
You gotta.
That still doesn't help.
I go like, wait, is there any civil engineers that came up with this, or is it just like my mom's friends who were on city council? And
to be fair to them too, they're like, but the other thing is, there's so many people here. It's just,
what are you gonna do?
What the fuck are you gonna do?
They talk about like, we're gonna build shelters and we're gonna build homes and we're gonna build, and maybe their intentions are good. Maybe they have pure motives. But I go like, nah. And maybe I'm just an idiot. I'll be sitting next to Dr. Drew, who offered up his services to the city of LA and the state of California. He's like, no, you gotta start, I know it sounds horrible, you gotta start rounding these people up and forcing drug treatment and mental health services on them. Because you can build all the shelters you want. You can open up the 4 seasons for them. If you're fucking schizophrenic or addicted to heroin or both, which is a lot of time, you're sunk. You understand? These people, you're talking about giving people job opportunities and programs to help them. They think they're Jesus and they're eating feces.
Yeah,
like, this is not, and I'm not trying to be a dick.
No,
like,
they're missing the point.
You have what's going on. I've been in meetings and NA meetings in Venice where dudes are genuinely continuing to talk about how the CIA is following them with drones and stuff, and I was like, you're going to give this guy a room and it's going to help?
And everything's going to work out? Yeah. What do you think of Spencer Pratt running for governor?
I like Spencer.
Is it mayor or governor?
No, governor.
It's governor, right? Yeah, because he's trying Bass's job, right?
I think, I got to be honest, I'm not in the business of like just getting on here and talking shit, especially about stuff that I'm not all that involved with. But he'll do just as good, if not better, a job than Karen Bass. She's not qualified at all to do anything.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like, people are like, oh, he's not qualified. It's like, hold on, what's your qualifications? What are you talking about? You think, what's Mayor Bass's background? No one's really doing shit. It can't get any worse, really. I think this is the same thing why Trump got in. People are sick of politicians. They never follow through on what they're going to do. So I think they're like, let's mix it up. Get Trump in here who doesn't have a background in this shit. how it goes. Now, whatever you say about that, I'm similar. We're like, all right, Bass isn't working. Newsom's a complete piece of shit, even though he's the gutter. Like, why not give a guy a chance who's a man of the people? Now, Trump really isn't a man of the people, but Spencer Pratt is.
No, but Trump. I just finished reading Andrew Jackson's official biography, and I realized like he was genuinely like the first Trump, because there's a weird, peculiar kind of detachment that President Trump has, but he's obsessive about effectiveness.
Yeah.
People will say, yeah, but what about the people who are going to say, yeah, but will it work?
Yep.
Do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you're familiar with the story about the Ibogaine with Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Rogan. Like, that's insane that he's like, it's done. A day later, and it's like FDA approved.
And wild.
Rogan's like, what?
I know.
It's just all Trump does, and I think that this has been kind of the connection to the success of the right wing in the last couple of years, is that they double down on, well, what's going to work? Let's just try to do things that we can safely say this is going to be effective. And the left is still stuck in what's going to be humane.
Yes.
And if you give, it's terrible to say, but if you give the general public, the American public, the option of this kind of, this triple beam scale of effectiveness and vaguely humane, they're going to side with effectiveness after a long enough time.
100%.
You know?
With Joe, too, it's like, people that are upset that Joe got, like, this probably doesn't get passed if Joe didn't get in his ear about it. So the fact, whether you're left or right, none of this matters. If it's saving veterans for, was it 22 a day commit, if this helps one of them, this is a home run. So the problem is with social media, everyone gets polarized, and it's my team and my team. Remember, we're all on the same team. We should, if you're left or right, we should all be on the same team. But people get so polarized to the social media that even with Rogan, oh, fucking Trump, and he's Trump's monkey. It's like, well, hold on. We're saving lives. We all agree, whether you're left, right, middle, liberal, whatever the fuck. That's a good thing, right? Yes. Okay. Then pick something else. The war, cool. Let's ride on that. But when it comes to Rogan influencing Trump to pass this law that helps save veterans who fucking keep you free, how that's even a thing is, to me, I go, oh God, oh my God, we've lost our way.
That's a good point.
My other thing too is with the White House. I said this on the Shop Show. Is the reason why the UFC is having a fight at the White House because of the relationship between Dana and Trump? Sure. As a fan who's been around the UFC for fucking ever, and a UFC alumni, and you cut my fucking veins and Bob O'Reilly comes out. I live and die for the UFC. Do you remember? You will. I guarantee you. We've talked about this the other day. In text. You remember when Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner were fighting, and the masses were texting their buddies? Yeah, and that was on Spike.
Joe will tell that story.
Do you remember how big of a deal that was for people that love
MMA?
Remember that? Now,
Absolutely.
if I told you a week after that happened, I'm like, hey, buddy, eventually we're gonna put one of these fucking cages at the lawn of the White House. You go, you're fucking crazy.
Shut up. Okay, now you're getting out of control. Shut the fuck up.
Now this is my thing. Whether you hate Trump, whether you hate Dana, whether you're left, right, liberal, don't give a fuck. All you need to know is the UFC has pulled it off. They're throwing in human cockfight at the lawn of the White House. We won. The UFC won, dude. If you're an MMA fan, I'm gonna fuck you like KSW, Cage Warriors, Ryzen, Bellator, PFL. For the sport of MMA, that there's not a bigger sign that your sport has made it. Yeah, but I voted for Kamala. I don't give a fuck. Even if it was Biden, Kamala, if Newsom's in the White House and someone came to me, hey, there's a UFC fight at the White House this weekend, I go, fuck yeah. I wouldn't be like, well, I voted the other way. I'm going to go ahead and pass on this one. It's like, oh, dude, you've been compromised. They've won. Because now your favorite sport in the world, you're so upset that the UFC aligns with Trump that you're going to miss this huge opportunity for you. The White House, UFC keeps going.
It's totally true. And that example is a perfect one. And then the drug addiction one, where I was like, you're talking about mental health and addiction, you can't. It's really grossly irresponsible in this country to introduce your political feelings, because that is the worst problem we have is mental health and addiction. By far, doesn't matter if you're the far left woke, the most extreme liberal, if you're a fucking MAGA guy, like that should be all hands on deck. Whatever it is,
because addiction doesn't care if you voted left, right,
doesn't give
liberal, beta, Bernie. You're missing the point.
I love that. I love that aspect of it. I'd be not only addiction, but recovery itself. I've shared rooms with insanely famous celebrities that people bow down and throw rose petals at their feet. I've been in there with plenty of homeless people, gangbangers, dudes who spent most of their life in jail, law enforcement, military, big hippies, and it's like it doesn't drugs and alcohol, they don't give a fuck.
They don't care
who
you
you
vote
care.
for.
And it's pretty, the color of your skin, your religion, how much money you make, none of that matters. And it goes the opposite direction too. If your kid has a problem, like he's gonna die unless you get him help, regardless of who you voted for.
100%.
And it's like people need to get past that.
Because we're on these teams, and the system has won. That's what they want. They want us divided. And if you're, again, it's a small example because there's much bigger issues. But if you're gonna skip a UFC White House card because you are anti-Trump, you're missing the point. You're missing the fucking point. But then there's people that don't talk to the parents because they're, left or right. It's like, do you know how? Hold on. The woman that gave life to you because she voted for Kamala Harris, you decided not to talk to anymore. I hate to tell you, Bubba, no matter who the fuck's in there, it's gonna be a shit show. You've lost your way, man. You've lost your way.
Anybody who we genuinely want to be president wouldn't want to do it.
No.
Anybody who's like wildly mature, emotionally intelligent, and
has their
smart
shit together,
they'd be like, "Well, fuck that." No, that sounds insane.
Yeah, you don't have your shit together. Run for politics, dude. It's not good.
That concerns me the most too. Is like I have many close friends, not many, but 4 I can think of off the top of my head. Some of them, like celebrities, used to come on Loveline pretty frequently that are politically active, and then like my friends, close friends, who kind of took a step back in the private sector because they wanted to get into politics to make a difference. And every one of them, whether they're extreme, like the entertainment industry people I know, that they're extremely liberal, or they're extreme, like pictures of Reagan on their wall, like Wally George. They all say the same thing. They're like, "Oh, there's no hope. If you really want to like do good, there's no. It's not for you.
The system's so
how you do it.
Yeah,
like, what do you mean it's how you do it?
Wait, what? Yeah, the system's so compromised. It's so dirty. It's like you and even if you want to get on your podcast or social media and rant and rave, you're not gonna do shit, dude. It's not gonna get it done. You're barking into the ether. It's not. You're focused on the wrong thing, man. And like I'll see, especially some of these baseball dads, where I'll go, "Man, did you see? You've always asked about Rogan." I go, "Do you see him at the White House?" And I'm like, "No, what happened?" Like they're busy. They're construction workers. They're blue collar. They're like, "Wait, what? No, what the fuck? No, what happened?"
A lot of times, especially nowadays with social media being what it is, you see these people who are very vocal. And by the way, this isn't a partisan statement; it goes in both directions. The people who are so adamant and vocal and putting up 55 posts on their Facebook page or their TikTok, and then you see these people getting assaulted at college campuses. It's like 19-year-old kids or people with no life. But because people typically would like their own children or like in life, you kind of can only get caught up in so much shit because
the problem is the monetization of it. So, on TikTok or if you're on YouTube and you're getting that dopamine release where you're getting all these views and interactions, not only that, which is going to make you down, just be more down and do more content, but then you're also making money off of it. That's
getting attention to.
That's the problem. So no, hold on. And I get it. I'm not blaming these people. These people that do that stuff,
I agree.
That are giving these hot takes and they're fucking posting 9 times a day and it's you Trump this, Kamala that, and all that. I get it. But it's also, that's how they're making money. That's how they're staying relevant. And it's like, we've created this monster. And then people are like, God, I can't believe someone would do that. Then you get a life. It's like, Man, the system kind of set them up where they can make more money doing this than working their ass off at a construction site. And it's not good.
Just like with the not going to parties and the college kids, all I ever did good in life was because I was so scared that wasn't scared. I knew I was a fucking loser.
Yeah.
And I was so scared that I was going to continue to be a loser.
Yeah.
And I had to do anything to not do that.
Yeah.
If I had a fucking phone with the internet and social media, and I could make something of myself where people would give me attention and a couple bucks,
how can you not?
By going, these woke idiots, and then clip farming and finding other people's clips, and then just sitting in my bedroom and doing that. That's all I would devote my life to is talking shit.
And that's what's going on with the internet. It's like, people do clips and they take things so out of context and all that, like horrible shit about me. And people send to me like, man, do you see this? And like, man, you should shut this down. I'm like, I get it. That's how that guy makes money. It's just, he's just part of the system that we've created where it's not good.
And then on top of that, there's a very, very, very narrow margin up the creme de la creme who are actually really good at it, who make like shit-talking videos, of whether it be comics or actors or woke celebrities or politicians. And I was like, bro, I mean, that's almost like artwork.
That's like that art. Dude, with a lot of them, I'm like, clearly you have skills, Bubba. But if you go to them, you're like, man, just do something positive or give a take on this, because they clearly know how to edit and put it all together and the thumbnails and all this shit. I'm like, man, if you would just do this for good. But if you go to them, they're like, if it's something positive, I'm not making money. I make money through a good clip. So I'm like, I get it. That's the game. I get it.
And it's, by the way, because if it's something positive, you don't make money, you don't get attention. Totally true. But I think that tricks us into thinking if it's negative, that's more representative of how the world is.
Yeah, it's not.
No. Both mainstream media and social media is driven by negative stories because that's what intrigues us. And I'm guilty of it saying, I love, if I see a video, if there's a video of firefighter saves drowning, dog from drowning, and there's watch this one punch KO from fuck around and find out, guy gets knocked out. I'm like, almost always I'm leaning towards guy gets knocked out.
But I think to your point too, it's like if your YouTube algorithm, I watch a lot of baseball shit. So if it says Ohtani, greatest player ever, I'm like, man, I must that shit. And then the next one pops up, and Ohtani, it's him, and he has like red eyes. And it's like the dark history of Ohtani. Why he's a piece of shit. I'm like, but I will check that out. And I know it's not. I know it's clickbaity, it's propaganda. But I'm like, let's just see what the fuck this is, because it's different and it's dark.
You're totally right, and
it's not right.
But that tricks us into thinking that that's the way the world is.
Correct.
But do this for me, any of you who are watching and listening, like really go back and think of when a stranger was genuinely outwardly mean to you, and. Unless you're living at home, it's happened. But I can think of maybe like one hand worth of it. Now, if you really try to take notice on a day-to-day basis, how many times someone holds a door for you, how many times a random stranger be like, "Oh, that's a nice shirt,"
or let you in when you
with someone. Everyone has these bad, horrible things in their head. The meatheads like us, in the back of their mind of when someone was a fucking asshole at the gym and they took up too much space with it. But I've lost count of how many times people will be like, would you like to work in? Or let me wipe that down for you? Or can I help you with the plates? And you're just like, oh, well, thank you, stranger.
But to your point, I think that's what's wrong with the younger generations, because when they're coming up and it's so negative, everything's so dark and negative, like, I guess this is the world, because they don't have the perspective. They haven't lived and had as many years on the planet as us and gone out in public and all this stuff. So if they're just in their basement or they're talking to their friends online, they're like, man, the world's just negative. It's like, nah, buddy, you gotta touch grass. Go through. Get off of here. This is a small sector of what's really going on.
Kevin from Kevin and Bean, Kevin Ryder, and I used to do a show called Great News. And it was because we got so upset about the fact that seemed to drive all forms of news, mainstream to social media, and we were going to do a news show, but only positive stories, right? And of course, as what we mentioned before, doesn't drive a lot of engagement, so it didn't end up being very successful. But at the same time, there was something else that I noticed, that if you go online with the intention of searching happy, uplifting stories, there was literally too much. Like, if you do the work to get past what's on the front, I couldn't feasibly narrow down the stories to do one show because I had too many amazing stories. I was like, but I gotta tell the story about the guy who laid down on a broken bridge to save a senior citizen. No, I gotta do the person who walks around for free, like cleaning up disabled veterans' yards.
But there's so many people doing it.
So much of it.
But I'm a victim of it too. It's like, I don't set the description, the thumbnails like on the shop show. We're doing this whole relaunch into the big ground breakdown, go back and doing all this extra stuff. And I go through the titles, and I'm like, and it's all negative. It's like, the issue with Dana White, why Ronda should stop fighting. I'm like, the corruption of the UFC. Yeah, it's like the UFC has fallen. And I'm like, that wasn't my take. Like, maybe I brought attention to it, but overall the message is how great everything is. And then, Nick, who does it, he's like, your views have never been higher. Like,
I see it in a negative way too. No, it's all kind of.
But I get the game.
I get the game. But I see, I've seen video as a real passionate fan. I see that now with even the most successful kind of content creators. It's like, was Khabib really a fraud? And it'll show him like getting smashed in like a blurry video of him still in bottom position. And then I watched a video and I was like, that's not even what this is about at all. Like once you pulled one clip of Chael saying, well, if there's any flaw in his game, it's his takedown defense, not against the cage. And that's what they built this. He's a fraud. It's like, wait a second.
As soon as you click that, they've won.
Yeah, they win.
That's all because if they're like, well, even in all the videos when it goes to why John Jones is the biggest cheat of all time. You click on it, and the first 30 seconds, the guy's like, well, it's not that. Yeah. And they don't have examples. You clicked on it, they got paid. So they're basically like, gotcha. It's snake oil.
There's a dark metal group named Cradle of Filth. And they're successful in that genre. They're not the Foo Fighters, obviously, but Cradle of Filth is like a successful band.
I've heard of them.
And they used to have a shirt that said Jesus is a cunt. Because like the death metal, grindcore world, they all do the extreme logos and extreme. I heard the lead singer talk about it. He's like, I know that's probably the most offensive. He's like, but I was going for that. He's like, if I get you to even click on that and notice it and have a news story, and then that news story feeds to someone, and then someone goes out and buys that shirt because of it, because they were never fucking aware of it, but because Bill O'Reilly talked about it on Bill O'Reilly's show tonight, he's like, I win. And I was like,
find it.
I was like, dude, you're ahead of the game. This is like 1998 or something.
Well, it's like MC Hammer, he got so famous he also had a lot of haters. He said the number one selling shirt he had his entire time touring. They didn't know it, but he created shirts that said MC Hammer sucks. Yeah. It was my number one selling shirt. He goes, I don't give a fuck.
MC Hammer, very nice man. You're a good dude. By the way, do you know where you got his name? You're a sports fan? MC Hammer was...
No, but he was a ball boy for the Oakland A's.
He was a bad boy for the Oakland A's, and he looked so much like Hammer and Hank Aaron. Yep. That they started calling him Hammer. Yep. That's true. And you can see that. But he stole that from Primus. Primus has been doing Primus Sucks since 1989.
Really?
Yes.
Still. Good move. I still have that image. Like, if people have for the Reddit, make a shop suck shirt, I'm like, would I like that your money? Sure. That's just not what I do. I don't want to contribute to that, man.
I agree. And it gets really bad too when I see content. Now I will take a partisan side on this because I remember when Bill Clinton had a heart attack, a pretty serious one. And it was right after he was not in office. I think it was 2001. And Rush Limbaugh stopped what he was doing and flew to his bedside. And he's like, listen, I made a career out of talking shit. But this has crossed the line. Yeah. You're the president. Make sure sent flowers to Hillary, the whole thing.
But also he made his money off that. And so you should be grateful to Bill too. Thank you.
I have seen a handful of extreme shit posters who are doing the Rob Reiner shouldn't talk shit about President Trump, he deserved it kind of thing. And I'm like, whoa, what do we do? But I've seen thousands of videos of people making fun of Trump. I'm like,
isn't it wild?
dude, like compromise.
You lost your.
Feel free to have your feelings about politics, but what are we? You've lost. What are you doing?
Yeah, you've lost the game. And if there's a thing like you're out, yeah, that's it. If you're celebrated as the death of a father, no matter what.
And by the way, he's not Osama bin Laden. He had opinions you didn't like. I get that.
Sure.
But what are you doing?
Death. Like
in public, but that's crazy vulgar.
Like anyone was like, man, glad that happened. It's like, oh, you've lost your way. And anybody doing that or celebrating that, it's like nobody I know who's worth shit talks like that. Even I know people that didn't like Charlie Kirk at all. I listen to the show. I like Charlie, but it's like anybody that celebrates that. Most of the time, they're unhappy in their own shit. They're just you've lost it, man. And that's the biggest red flag to me. Whenever anybody celebrates anything, like let's say you have this TV show and for a reason they get picked up, and someone's fuck yeah, glad that thing didn't get picked up. It's like you've lost it. You've lost it. You've lost your way. There's no way you're doing good in life.
I think transition from like how they feel about Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein, and like I said, like off the brain about like Osama bin Laden or something. Like now they're doing that for people that they're just not that into.
Yeah,
like I don't like his music. I was like, what are we doing here?
People are like Taylor Swift sucks. You're like, yeah, sure. You know that you don't have to play her music on Apple, right? It's not. I can understand if it was a law where you have to listen to Taylor Swift. Then, man, there's gonna be some backlash. When you have the freedom to literally choose what the fuck you want to listen to, but you decide to just make comments about this, whatever it is, podcast or comedian, you don't have to listen to it. No one's forcing you.
That's another thing too, is that people have lost the sight, and this is, I do think this is not their fault. I think this is the the modern trend of media. People have lost the ability to kind of stay on topic, and what I mean by that is like, I was talking to to show you that I'm not. This isn't a partisan thing. I was talking to a friend of mine at jiu-jitsu who's very right wing, and he's kind of a well-known, not Tim. He's kind of a well-known personality. So, but do you remember his name? And he was like talking about Kamala Harris, and we were talking about the failure of her campaign. I was on board. I'm listening. Interesting. And he's like, blah 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 blah, ugly woman or ugly bitch. And I was like, well, like, she's pretty attractive. Yeah. Like she's actually a pretty beautiful.
Top 10 of all time.
Yeah. She's a moron. She would be the best looking president ever if she had won.
Not even remotely close.
And I actually made a clip about this one. Don Lemon talking shit about Megyn Kelly. I go, okay, you're a news broadcaster. You don't like Megyn Kelly, talk shit. And then he goes, yeah, she's chopped. Because he was like young, hip interviewers. They were young, like college age. And they're like, do you think Megyn Kelly's chopped? We think she's chopped. And he's like, what does that mean? They're like, but like ugly, but. And she's like, oh yeah, she's super chopped. I was like, okay, man, pump the brakes. Yeah. If you disagree with her or you don't think she's good at her job, I'll listen to you. Megyn Kelly's a lot of things. Gorgeous. She's so fucking hot in person, like you're uncomfortable.
She's stunning.
Oh my god,
that'd be the worst take you can do. Yeah, like you can beat her up on some of her politics of it. That's fine. Yeah, but when you start going for looks, I go. Like, and I go like, but again, you've lost your way. Can't stay on your way. Yeah, you've lost it. That's not real. Kamala Harris, I think she's. I mean, her campaign should be studied on what not to do. Mm-hmm. I agree. As far as physical attractiveness, as soon as you go, oh, she's this ugly, you're out.
No need.
I'm not going to talk with you. No, you lost it. You lost the narrative.
I saw it in the opposite direction of where these college girls. Now, granted, maybe they were motivated by other things, and I'm trying to be nice about it. But they were talking about how Michelle Obama is this elegant, amazing queen, and that Melania can learn things because she's. And I was like, okay, well, listen, Michelle Obama is quite smart, and I have nothing negative to say. But if we're going to talk looks, what are we doing here? Like, why are we?
But it's so crazy.
You just can't stay on top of it.
Oh, wow, I can't talk. Oh, wow.
It's like if we were playing Street Fighter 2, and I fucked you up. I just crushed you. I ran like quadruple all your kids. And I was like, this is like how I fuck you up in the ring. Like, why do we have? Like, why are you extrapolating to something that this doesn't apply? And that's not true.
Yeah.
Like, I understand Michelle Obama was much more charismatic and intelligent than Melania. And she's more beautiful, and you're like, whoa.
This is
Now
where I get off the bus.
Yeah, now
this is where I get off the crazy.
But it destroys everything else you just said, which might have been true.
I know. You fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked up. What do you got, Chinster?
Alrighty. The first one is this marathon thing with Nike.
Oh, Nike.
So this is what they put on their stuff. This is their slogan for the marathon. Runners welcome, walkers tolerated.
What is bad about that?
People are upset about it, saying
So remember, like Nike when they came out the gate. Go to Nike's old running marketing. So this is very Nike how they came out, where it's like runners welcome, walkers tolerated. It's the Boston Marathon.
It's the Super Bowl of marathons.
Yeah,
Boston is that's what marathon runners.
and so the people who join it just to walk are like, man, this is discrimination against walkers. You're making
Fuck off.
So Nike took it down. So, and if you notice this, so Nike's not doing well. They're not doing well. Their stock's low because Nike decided to side with kind of this woke agenda shit and go that direction. And so they changed to Boston will always remind you what matters. Like, whoa, what happened to just do it? Like they used to be pretty hardcore in that sense. Offensive time. You can go to some of their old.
By the way, the whole you founded on run. So it's not like they don't have a stake in this. They were built on track running and distance running, and they were known. That's right. You remember when we were little kids? They were the edgy, aggressive, in your face, like the Spike Lee, Mike Jordan. It's like aspect of Just Do. That's what Just Do it was.
Yep.
And we're not going to talk a lot. It's like go hard or go home. That was their, and I feel like it's almost insulting that they would allow their company to kind of because what walking tolerated.
It's a race.
It's talking shit on people who are showing up to a race to go slow.
To walk.
It's not talking shit about people who enjoy walking.
No.
You understand that? Like, this is getting out of fucking control.
It's just softening society. Like, as long as you finish, like, no, bitch, this is one of the biggest marathons in the world. And the guy that's finishing, what the fuck is pace shaming?
If you and I went to shaming with their team, but by the way, Austin area is very well known for like endurance sports. There's probably people. I think Lance Armstrong led to that. But there's a lot of people training in biking, rowing, and running out by Zilker Park, probably. And you and I were like, "Hey guys, let's go." And they were a really competitive running team, and within 400 yards, we're pulling behind them.
Yeah,
I would hope they'd be like, "What the fuck are we doing?"
Meatheads. I know,
slow ass fucks.
Yes, I would hope.
Yeah.
But the thing is, then Nike. They've done this more. They've done more woke than anyone, and they're an athletic brand. Athletes in general, hate to tell you guys, your favorite football player, baseball player, UFC athlete, tend to lean more towards the right.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. So Nike went away from that. So you have less guys signing with Nike. You have more competition in the space with New Balance, all these other brands, and then Nike. Their lower stock and all that shit, they blame it on basketball. Like, well, basketball doesn't have the same stars. That's why we're not selling as many shoes. It's like, no, there's more competition in the market, and these other brands aren't bending the knee to the woke mob, who, A, isn't buying your shoes anyways, because you've seen a woke person in shape? Very rare. So it's like, the people that you're satisfying by taking this down aren't even buying your fucking product. All you're doing is pissing off the masses that actually buy fucking shoes. Now they're sure as fuck not buying.
I will say though, basketball does drive sneaker culture. Basketball,
100%,
and
not
the NBA.
Not lately.
The NBA, no, not lately. But because I don't think it's not because of like Nike not making good sneakers or this or that.
No.
I think it's because basketball as a whole has lost its understanding of how to connect with the fans.
Correct.
And so who was it? God damn it. It may have been Gilbert Arenas again, but I saw another one of these clips where they said, what do you talk about? Like, Jordan used to talk about how he loved Magic. He's like, I don't want to be on Magic's team.
Yeah.
I want to compete against.
Correct.
Because I like seeing.
I'm not going to go join Magic.
Yeah.
I'm going to beat Magic.
Bird used to talk. He's like, I love Irvin Magic Johnson. I love him. He's a great man. I want to beat his ass.
Correct.
I don't want to be on his team. And
these super teams change the culture.
They've turned it into like being on the Avengers, where it's like, let's get Thor and let's get
just beat the shit out of him like it's directly.
And there was something to being a kid and watching Bill Laimbeer and Isaiah Thomas come in and watching those Knicks team and certainly the Celtics. You would see. I'm not talking about like they'll bring in a goon off the bench. Fucking Michael Cooper, Magic Johnson, James Worthy would get in a fucking fist fight with Larry Bird and Robert Parrish. Like, and you're like, they're boys. And everyone's going crazy. You know, like the crowd was. And there's a clip of Kobe hitting a game-winning shot, and he holds his jersey like this, and he points it out. And after the game at the press conference, he was like, it's all about, he's like, I'm in charge out there, but it's about the Lakers. I'm in charge because I want the Lakers. This is the front of my jersey, not the back. And I just think that's like, can we realistically, I'm a diehard Laker fan, but can we realistically be like, LeBron bleeds gold and purple? No, LeBron bleeds LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron, yeah.
And
as long as LeBron gets 50, he's good.
Michael Jordan might assassinate someone if they got in the way of the Bulls.
Right.
Like, he might kill a person.
But it's just, I think it's the changing of the culture where it's like, including pro sports, where it's like that one-on-one, the dog, that competition, people are kind of shying away from, like, as long as he's participating, it's like, no, bitch. Yeah. No, we're here to win, man. But it starts in the youth sports. Like, I see it all the time.
That's why baseball's increased, by the way.
Correct.
Clearly, global, Otani and other Asian, Korean, and Japanese players.
Baseball's rocking.
Another reason why baseball's gone is that, believe you me, if you hide the microphones and go in the Dodger locker room and talking about the Giant, like, some chin music and
what was it? Angels and I forget who it was.
Washington.
Yes.
Cleveland Indians. Yeah.
Well, it's the Indians to us. I refuse to call them the Guardians. Nope.
By the way, because they had the sickest fucking logos and
the best. I saw to the
brand name. Like the Cleveland Indians was sick.
Yeah. The best.
But that was a thing. The 70s, 80s, like the teams mattered, and Dodger fans fucking hated the Giants. Like you know what I mean? Like it was a legitimate
Giants.
Dodger players hated the fucking. And now it's like, wow, I might get traded next year.
Did you see rushing for the Dodgers last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so rushing.
I saw a breakdown.
So Rushing's balling.
Yeah.
So he's the backup to Will Smith, who happens to be probably the best catcher in the league. So
offensively, for sure.
Rushing's a beast. If I'm rushing, I think his salary, he's making like $750,000 a year. He's on a low salary. He could be a starter anywhere else and be a superstar. So they got to figure that out. He's such a good player. If you really go down the rabbit hole, look at that motherfucker lifting in college. You're like, holy shit, he's one of my faves. But last night, they lost 3-1. Yoshi, the first inning, gave up 3 runs. Unheard of. I was texting my brother, I'm like, is it upside down, Dave? What the fuck is our world? They lit him up. I'm like, what the fuck? They shuts it down, right? But and this is why I'm like, yes and no. Like me and my son were watching the game. I'm like, yes and no. Like you need some of that dog in you. Russian's a young, full of fucking vinegar player, balling right now. One of the guys slides in, he gets hurt. And I think Russian tags him out, and he walks out, and he looks back, and the guy's like, hold his knee, fuck him, and walks to the dugout. Now, bad sportsmanship.
I'm listening to a podcast right now, big dog.
No, but if you want that motherfucker on your team, is my point. Like I told my son, he's like, Dad, what did he say? I go, he said, fuck them, because they're in the middle of a game, dude. And by the way, it's fuck all of them, Bubba.
Let me make this very clear. He didn't slide into second, cleats up, and take a guy out.
No.
And then he's like, fuck him. I'm like, all right, what are you, a Bond villain? The guy slid fucked up, and he was just trying to make it and hurt himself.
Yep.
Like, he's not on my team. Fuck him. Yeah, I go, yeah, good for you. See, walking back to the Dodger does.
Yeah, fuck him.
Push his shoulders off. He's like, fuck him. I agree. And there was a thing about that. Like, I was really lucky where, especially at the time, like Love Line in Southern California, I got to do things way outside of my like celeb level grade. And one of the things I got to do is I get to play the Dodgers / Angels celebrity game. You know, like
what a dream! It's awesome. That's the only good thing about Fame. Like I hope someone reaches out like, hey man, you want to play in this baseball all-star game? Not at the MLB level, but just whatever it is. Savannah Bananas, where the fuck it is?
I have two.
So I can bring my kids.
I have 2 games in particular at Dodger Stadium that I could tell you, and we could do a whole episode about the stories. Michael Clark Duncan, who God rest his soul, he's a really nice guy, but he's fucking huge and he's not huge and gawky. He like has great posture. He looks like this amazing, like a linebacker from a comic book.
Yeah.
He never played. He was the worst baseball player I've ever seen. He literally couldn't throw, couldn't put his mitt on. I was like,
that's baseball, Bubba.
There was a Spanish, untouchably hot female Spanish novella, soap opera.
Yeah.
Spanish, the
hottest.
She was a star there. Okay, like of course all the dudes in the Dodger Stadium were like going crazy.
Yeah.
And she's wearing like a teeny little skirt with the Dodger jersey. She hits the ball and runs to third base. And I'm like,
skips first and second. Just
no,
like it's crazy.
Instead of going to
like it's crazy kickball, goes to third.
And Kevin from Kevin being there, standing there, and I was like, you would think. By the way, she's not from fucking Zimbabwe. Like you would think in Mexico, she's at least seen baseball enough to know that.
But also see the people in front of her.
Yeah,
like when they're batting first,
laughing.
She was like, hey,
no.
Like,
yeah. But she was so fucking hot that no one was like,
it's the same.
All Dodger players and everything are like, oh, it's the same. We go this way. But the one,
dude, I meant to tell you before I forget. This popped up on algorithm. You know, there's leagues in Austin, like big time leagues that have the backings of like big companies. Like I want to say like Yeti's behind it, like the big vodka companies out there. They have leagues with dope jerseys, and they get together on Sundays in a competitive baseball.
Oh, it's on.
Right, I'll send you the thing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You and I get out there, Bubba?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be
dope?
dope?
Yes.
Yeah. And I saw the thing that got me is they're showing the fields. It looks like Sandlot, but for adults. And then there's kids playing, and then the families are in the back, and they have sewn in jerseys. And it's like proper downtown Austin. I'm like, holy fuck.
I'm in. I'm so in.
Right?
Yeah.
The thing that got me in was the jerseys. I'm like, sewn in jerseys?
Dude, you're such a hype beast. The thing that got you in was the fucking jersey.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It'll fit perfectly on you. Wear some nice jeans. Awesome, I'm in. That's
right.
Yeah.
Right? Look it up. Look it up, dude. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm in. Like, I know we get Chin come out, get some video.
Yeah.
I'll throw some sweet Chin music out.
I'm coming in like fucking Miller from the Padres, fucking corn. Hooray! Have you seen his walkout? I'm not a Padres fan.
What that homie's got mother from Danzig. It's also, but I mean,
oh, that's good. Yeah.
Blind from Corn is funny because the stadium. And
how dominant he is.
I've been at fucking bananas concert. I've been to countless Slayers, Slipknot. I saw Dillinger Escape Plan. There's a video of Dillinger Escape Plan playing at Virgin Atlantic Records somewhere in the Eastern Seaboard. And I went to see them the night after at this small club, and I saw dudes getting their heads broken. I've been to wild shows. Korn hitting Blind at Woodstock '99. I don't know if that looks AI, and it's not. That shit is off the chain. It is so like it gives me goosebumps.
Bring up Miller walking out to corn for the Padres, dude. I mean, Diaz for the Dodgers when he walks out, he's hurt, so he hasn't been off anybody. But Miller is, dude. I don't think he's given up a run in 50 games.
No, this guy's.
Mason Miller is, he played Division III baseball, didn't get recruited, nothing, dude. His story's fucking bananas, dude. And also, I know, maybe that's for the Patreon channel, I don't know. Play that, and you tell me you don't fucking, this is why baseball's so fucking
winning,
dude. There's not aspects. Dodgers, I love the fucking Dodgers. There's not a better moment in sports when this motherfucker walked out. Can you imagine
Gagne at his peak with Welcome to the Jungle?
Yeah,
especially Gagne with glasses. Cy Young does a really took it, and the crowd goes, oh yeah.
Is this it or no? Yeah, this is it. Rewind it, dude. Look at him warming up. Imagine him. He's
ready to run through a wall.
Dude, bro, I'm ready to run through a fucking wall. Play this shit.
You know what time it is? It's time for Mason Miller.
Bro, back to dark. Look at all the cameras. Bro,
the crowd's just fucking eating.
He doesn't give up a fucking hit.
He deals.
Nothing in sports, buddy. But this is why baseball's killing, because baseball's always been like they have unspoken rules. It's a little slower, so now they have the pitch count or the pitch clock, right, to speed things up, which is great. But this is what, if you're a young kid, like my son's a pitcher, I'm like, buddy, look at this. When he comes out, like WWE has a walkout song, buddy. It's so dope.
What was your walkout song? Did you have one?
Square Dance by Eminem.
Sick. All right.
Boom, 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 boom. And I play for my son as we're driving. It's his favorite song, right? Because he knows I walked out to it. But before we get out of the car, I crank as loud as I can. And if I know he's starting pitcher, put that on. People, it feels so good to be back. That shit is fucking spicy, bro.
Is it on YouTube at all or no?
I have no clue.
Oh, never mind. Do you know the Rory McDonald walkout music song? Or story?
His walkout song. I'm trying to think about Roy walked out to.
It's one of those stories where you go like, oh, we're living in this isn't real.
What?
So Rory McDonald changed his phone. He got it.
Oh, that's right. And the fan was communicating.
Some guy who is fucking awesome, by the way, and he needs to come out and take credit because he's the best. They get who's ever in charge of marketing for the UFC will be like, what's your walkout?
They ask you the week of the fight.
And the guy, instead of going like, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about, he's like, it's fucking Night Joe. And then the next one, it's like, actually, I want to do Macarena. And to Rory McDonald, like 4 fights, so finally he's like, what the fuck? He was like, Nickelback is this? Why?
Dude, did you ever see Mike Perry? He wanted to come out to the Halo song from the video game.
It was Halo.
It's Beyonce.
It was Beyonce Halo.
What the fuck is? Fuck it, just start singing with it.
It's perfect because it was Mike Perry too.
Yeah,
he didn't get all upset. He's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, he's the best.
I can't believe, unless someone does it, I'm a pretty attentive fan. How does no one use Hell's Bells from AC/DC? That's the greatest walkout song.
Someone has.
I get pumped in my car. I'm not even walking out anywhere.
The one group you can't use is Metallica.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Hatebreed too. Matt, really tough fucking maniac with crazy elbows. Matt, God damn it, retired.
I know what you're talking about. Damn it, I can't think of his name right now.
Matt the Immortal.
Matt Brown.
Thank you. Matt Brown used to come out, and he was like boys with Jamie from Hatebreed. Yeah. He used to come out with Hatebreed, and I was like, yeah, that's hard to.
Dude, the lead singer from Tool texted me. How he got my number? I don't know. He texted me before.
Sure.
One of my. It was a huge fight. He texted me before, and then my buddy who knew him was like, "Yo, dude, you gotta come out to the song." I was like, "Yeah, I can't. It's too much of a."
It was a little proggy.
Yeah, I was like, I love him. He's great, but it'd be tough for a walkout.
That cornice, insane. I mean,
in that walkout, now we're Dodger fans, so we got to bring up Diaz Dodgers walkout. His is pretty good.
Mother's solid.
But Diaz comes out to is it trumpets? No.
Oh no, yeah.
It's the greatest discovery.
Edwin Diaz.
Yep, Edwin. He's heard, but he'll come back. It's good. It's
No,
Mason Miller, but it's fucking
you're also playing your crowd. Like, there's probably a lot of people that.
But here, this is the MLB. But it's
Chin and I are going to go out to Emerson Base by Cannibal Corpse.
This is pretty gangster. Where the fuck is the trumpet? Here goes. I know that trumpet through a tit.
He comes on her navel. She had to like move he's out of the way just to get the trumpet. Damn, son.
It's pretty good. It's no Mason Miller court. And I want that for him, but it's just, as a Dodgers fan, it's just not as. But this is like, to your point, which I want to be growing, it's like, this is walkout shit that, like, remember when Sinead O'Connor sang for a Connor? Dude.
Even my wife, who doesn't care, she was like, "Wow, this is amazing." Like, I know.
It's that delivery. It's like it's making it special. These guys are special, man.
The WWE's too, like, they're too controlling of their stuff, right? Because the glass breaking Stone Cold music, that would be dope. That's next level.
Yeah.
A UFC fighter could probably do it now, right? With like the
TKO. Yeah, his TKO.
If like, especially a white heavyweight or light heavyweight.
I feel like Strickland.
Strickland. Dude, Stone Cold music, Sean. Let's go.
That would be dope. Against Hamza.
I remember Shane being Trump came out because Adam Ray, Adam's a great guy. I'm so happy for his success. Adam Ray was being Biden at Kill Tony.
Yeah.
And Shane came out as Trump to Stone Cold.
Yeah.
And it was the funniest.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, because the MLB, whoever's running that shit now, they get the pageantry, they get that kind of playing into that. Where for a long time they did none of that.
Well, it's effortless, by the way, effortless diversity. Like, the MLB is insane. Like, just 40 countries have, like, a dominant. I mean, you saw with the World Baseball Classic, it's amazing how many dominant baseball players come from all over the globe. So you have that. I think that they're silently encouraging the whole team rivalry thing, where they're like, gets a little chippy, gets a little violent. Fine, we're not going to say anything. We're not going to encourage it, but we're not going to. And then also, like you said, welcoming the Padres, the Dodgers. I don't know about other ballparks. I have to assume the Yankees. It's an organization. It almost transcends baseball. But what you go to Dodger Stadium now, and it's like, the tie-ins to like anime, and like every player has their own like animated card, and the lights and the
bobblehead
night,
like
it's
rock
it's concert environment. You're like,
they nailed it. And I give a little credit to the Banana League, that Savannah Bananas, because I don't know if you've seen what they're doing. Like, they'll sell out Petco Stadium, they'll sell out the Tampa Bay State, the Rays, in like 2 minutes. But there's so much entertainment. There's so much pageantry, and I think that's why they're so big now.
And they're good enough at baseball to have credibility.
Oh, those guys can fucking play.
Good enough.
Yeah. So I think MLB is like, okay, what can we kind of get away with that they're doing? We can take a page out of their book.
Why not? Have you seen, speaking of the Savannah Bananas, have you seen this guy's GOAT right now? He's my GOAT. They brought a dude out of the crowd.
Savannah Bananas?
Yes. Makes like a diving catcher, like a really amazing defensive play. They did like a raffle, like who thinks they can play, and out of all and they brought a guy out, just a dude. He's in tennis shoes. Then he hits a bomb.
Did it have a background in baseball or anything?
Clearly, but it's not.
It's not like pretty set up.
No. I mean, he corks one. It's so fucking cool. So no. Put in Savannah Bananas fan hits homer or fan hits bomb. Yeah, bomb. Fan catch leads epic Bananas comeback.
Yeah, because it's an out for the Savannah Bananas if the crowd catches a ball, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. You stay active.
You'll be able to tell because he's literally in street clothes, and then he just hits a fucking
Just
like a corner too. Yeah, he did. And like a no questions. He like flipped his bat and everything. I was like, oh, this guy's my man.
awesome.
This guy's my fucking.
Yeah, I don't see it, sorry, man.
No problem. Fan out of crowd hits. Homer. Okay, let's just try one. Homer from crowd.
Home run.
God damn it. All right, I'm gonna find out.
Okay.
Fan catches fly ball. Yeah.
If I find it, I'll put it in the episode.
You're the man.
Yeah, right. No worries.
So Dixie for JD McGraw, question mark. Wow. If he makes it that far, the 2-2. Hang on, pitch. High fly ball. Left center field. Are you kidding me? 4 letters, 1 word. Goal! I'm standing here watching the replay because I still can't effing believe that happened.
Yeah, I was watching a thing where they had old school like NFL players taking BP. I think it was that Rockies game, an All-Star game. People forget John Elway is better at baseball than he was football. Have you seen?
He was drafted, right? He was gonna play for. I think he was gonna play for the Yankees.
He's gonna be the number 1 pick.
Yeah. And
Wild, dude.
that is
They
wild.
show him taking
That
BP,
is-
you're like, oh shit.
That is crazy. And also, like, have you seen? We were talking about earlier in the show. We were talking about how there's a special thing with baseball, and I agree completely. But if you see the video of like NFL players trying to like hit off a tee,
Yeah.
like it's like if you don't have that thing, or if you're
Not just gonna be athletic, you
No.
know, jump up and start.
and then there's video of like Mookie Betts like running routes and like dunking basketballs. You're like,
Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah.
Well, there's also something unmentioned that's genetic. But, I was watching Mr. Beast with my daughter and my wife the other night, and it was actually really cool. It was a bunch of other content creators, and they all competed to give away $1 million to one of their fans.
That's cool.
So yeah, it was really cool, and it was content creators from all over the world. And one of the contests that they needled it down to like 10 kids, and they got down to fan hit a home run. There it is. They whittled it down to like 10, 12 kids, and they got to a basketball competition. Okay, and there's 3 or 4 kids who are crushing. Let's just assume you know what they look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then the next one was baseball, and there was some kid from like Chile, you know, that these black guys who just got done fucking scorching people in basketball, and they were like, and I was like, oh well, I was like, guys, I'm not gonna say much, but they're playing up to stereotypes right now.
This is it, Jen? You found it?
No, it's not showing anything.
That's just the guy talking about it.
I wonder if they scrubbed it for some reason, but it was. You saw him walk out from the crowd, then he makes a great play, and then just hits a fucking corker. It was awesome.
It says Pickles intern. What's Pickles?
That's not what we're talking about.
All right, let her know then.
Yeah. If I find it, I'll text it to you.
All right, please do.
Yeah, it's just the guy talking, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, brother, I appreciate you coming on, big dog.
Always my pleasure.
You're the absolute best, man.
I appreciate it.
I love you.
I want to ask real quick, Mike, have you been, since you have all these connections and stuff to the music place, and we have the same taste in music, yes, we do. Have you been to any of the new Pantera tour at all?
I got invited to go.
Damn.
This is but when it first started, like 2 years ago, 1 year ago.
And then they started touring the Metallica too.
Right, and I have some really close friends who are in like the marketing team for BLF, Black Label Society, and Zach World, who worked with Ozzy, and I wasn't able to make it. But
Bummer.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to.
You know, like, Because there's no Dimebag or what?
Not only not no Dimebag, but like and I, by the way, I really like Charlie Benanti. I really like Zach, but I was like such a, and I was really lucky. I saw the Pantera.
Oh man!
Like for Reinventing the Steel on that tour, and then for the Far Beyond Driven tour when I was like sophomore, and like you couldn't. I keep trying to tell people, even if you don't learn not a metalhead, peak Pantera when they were really on before like Phil started to get super deep into drugs, like you have no idea how good they were. Tight,
it's a bummer.
Every 5-star, like Van Halen at their peak, it was the look, the songwriting, the performance, the technical ability, it was amazing.
Yeah. At least you got to see that's the one band.
Are you gonna go? I want to go.
Yeah, of course.
You want to do the new?
I still want to do but they're touring like in Europe or something right now.
Or do they have plans to tour in the U.S.?
They already went to Austin like in 2025. We missed it. We weren't here.
Yeah.
They announced it yesterday the Slayer show, special show. It's nowhere around here. It's but they're gonna play Rain and Blood beginning to end.
Oh, sick.
And Down and Suicidal Tendencies.
Shit, I remember for Down in a long ass time. And Suicidal too. That's badass.
So I'm into that.
Sick.
Hell yeah. Well, Mike, we love you, brother. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for answering the bat signal.
Thank you.
This is the Fighter in the Mic. We're out. Welcome back to Craig 50.
I can't believe it happened when I'm not the number one player in the world. That's the best putt I hit in 20 years. Because this is an important day. I'm with my son, and we are going to break it. So today, what we're going to do is I'm going to teach Bryson how to win a British Open.
Wow. Okay.
You're welcome. You know, drink corner shots, and don't just let the wind be your friend, because that's what Jack Nicklaus told me not to driving range. I don't do driving ranges. That's all I need. That's right above face. That's
We're ready to go.
Right there. We're shooting 47. There we go. That's perfect. All you amateurs out there, all you want is that sound. If you get that sound, it's like the very first girl you ever dated in this world. It's the most incredible thing.
So you never did you get taught by anybody? Did anyone teach you the grip and rip it, or just did it yourself?
I never had it.
A new episode of Kill Tony Volume 2. Give it up for Tony
Oh, snap. We did it again. This is a packed-ass Monday Night Failure, and what's up, everybody? That's right, you podcast listeners are really missing out on this one. We have more fun on Mondays than other people do. It's very exciting to be here. I am well-rested. I didn't work on a TV show today for the first time in 6 episodes, which is great. I got to relax and run errands, go to the bank, and deposit many checks. Because things are going good. And I'm so glad you people are here. You had a fun weekend. You did the Death Squad tour, Grand Rapids, Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis.
And finish it off with Doug Loves Movies also.
That's great.
Sunday. If you're listening to this Death Squad Midwest, thank you so much for coming out. That was, putting together a show last minute and having so many people come out. It's always great to see that. And
Phoenix, Arizona, we're with you this Thursday, and Toronto, Canada. Kill Tony is selling out very quickly. We are doing a fucking giant theater there, and awesome. We are already almost sold out. It might be sold out by the time you hear this podcast.
That's right.
Try your best to get a ticket if you're listening anywhere near Toronto. I want to give a special shout out. Met a few fans today before the show. One from Scotland, Danny. Hello. Where are you?
Yeah.
All the way from Scotland, this motherfucker came wearing a Death Squad t-shirt. That's amazing.
Oh, hey, what's up?
There he is. Look at him. Look how Scottish he looks. We have my friend from Utah, Trevor, has signed up tonight. He started doing comedy thanks to Kill Tony. Met him when I did Wise Guys in Salt Lake City with Joe Rogan. Trevor's an awesome guy. And the great Heidi is here from Phoenix, everybody. We love Heidi. So glad that they're here. Guys, we only have one sponsor on this show, and she's sitting right over there. Her name is Elise Lane, everybody. She's the chef with a pan. That's right. Other sponsors give shows money. We don't want to annoy people by giving us money. But we do have a sponsor that cooks delicious meals for us every week. She is a recipe checker, which is a job in which professional chefs have to run their food by her. She makes sure that it's good enough so that they can put it in their book. That's an actual job that she has. So all you fat fucks out there drooling at the thought of having a job like that, ha-ha, Elise Lane has it. She's at The Girl with the Pan on Facebook and Instagram, and she's on Twitter at Elise Lane. Tonight she made delicious food. For the first couple of weeks, I would always say what she cooked for us right off of this piece of paper here. It was always a lot of fun. Then I realized sometimes some words are hard to say. So why would I say it when we could have our producer that has a speech impediment, Josh Martin, say it, everybody? So Josh Martin, why don't you come on up here? And then after a week of doing that, after 1 week of having Josh say it, and he would take these long pauses in between words so that he could properly say the next word. So what we did for the next couple weeks after that, next few weeks after that, we made it a game where if Josh stops talking at any point or he stutters over a word, our pal Brian Redband here gets to pat him in the balls. That's not a pat, but that would be interesting. Josh likes it rough. Josh, thanks for wearing your worst pants. Did you buy those like that, or was that an accident? Did you go down a slip and slide at Bleach or something? Like, what exactly, what happened here?
Yeah, the monitor's
all seems a little bit quiet. Can you guys hear me all right? You think it should be louder? It's a little soft.
Yeah.
Can you get a little louder? Little louder, little louder?
I would have to go back home.
Yeah, the back. needs to be fixed.
Good thing this isn't a live podcast. All right, Josh.
No. I got hit in the balls really hard last week.
Yeah, last week we did actually accidentally hit him a little bit too hard. So you said you had a little blood in your urine, so I don't want to do it that hard. So
Live audience, are you ready for stutter or ball tap? Guys, you can do better than that. Are you ready for stutter or ball tap? You can't ask questions. You better have told him the wrong word. Josh, go ahead. Tell us what Elise cooked for us this week.
She cooked grilled Melanie sirloin steak with blue cheese. That was my ball.
You didn't even stutter.
The ball. Cheese steak, tart.
Oh, come on.
Scales.
Josh, you gotta say something.
Cherry.
I think Josh likes it.
E.g. mushrooms and sesame soy.
Okay, there you go. Give me that. You started out so good. The first few times he never even stuttered over a word. Now I think he's gotten into the S&M.
I kind of think he likes it. Because he kept on saying, like, I said, I'm sorry I hit you too hard last week. And he goes, that's okay. It's for the show. No, seriously, it's okay.
He loves it. That's grilled Milanese sirloin steak with blue cheesecake tart, wilted Swiss chard kale, blistered cherry tomatoes, and sauteed beet shimiji mushrooms. And for Tony, sesame soy tofu. Elise Lane, everybody.
It's delicious.
That looks amazing. Guys, every week we have a new head of security here on the show to keep us safe. It used to be a guy named the Iron Patriot, but then he got a little bit too big for his britches. He said that the show, he's not going to come back until it's picked up by a major network. And to show him how replaceable he was, we replaced him with a brand new Patriot each week after that. It's been a long time now. We've literally had over 40 people doing the job that one guy used to do. And this week's no different. Our head of security tonight, one of my old... I feel safe already. Dan, how you doing?
I got this shit on lockdown.
He's gonna keep us...
Calm down, lady.
Dan's gonna keep us safe, make sure everything goes well. Dan, how's everything going? We've had a lot of fun together. We've been doing stand-up together for what, 6 years?
6 years we've been together. And not a moment has gone by that I regretted.
That's right. One time during a mushroom trip in San Diego, Dan caught me when I passed out.
Brought him back to life. That's who's doing your security tonight. The fucking best.
Only the best for this audience. I'm very excited to have you, Dan. Thanks for making it. You look fantastic. You're one of the few guys that suit actually fits. Up until it turns into high waters at the bottom, but I like that. You kept your pants on. Ballsy move. All right. Fuck yeah. Well, let's get into it, shall we? Tonight's guests, two of my favorites. It was originally supposed to be Ari Shafir was going to be here. He might swing through a little bit later, but unfortunately he had to do an unexpected fitting in Sherman Oaks for his brand new 1 hour special here. Live at the Comedy Store in the original room at the end of October. There might still be tickets available for that if any of you are interested. And if you're a comedian, you can watch it in this room. It's going to be playing live on a screen right here while it's happening live in the original room. Something cool for you comics to see is a Comedy Store born and bred machine running his 1 hour Comedy Central special live. Very exciting. He's going to say hello to us later. But I got a great replacement for you that you're absolutely going to love. And another first-time Tony guest. However, they are two of my favorite, funniest pals in the world. Put your hands together for Court McCown and Sarah Tiana, everybody. Court McCown is in the house. His first time on Kill Tony. Sarah, this is like your third time, right?
I'm a virgin. Well, welcome, Corey.
Here's
We're
a
happy
guy
to have you.
outside that wanted to know if we needed a dancer in the show.
Oh, some guy pitching to be the dancer.
Yeah.
If the stage was a little bit bigger, I'd totally have a dancer on the other side of the Patriot. But obviously, the Patriot can do that himself.
Patriot is good.
He literally lights the dance floor. Right, guys. Obviously, you're not ready for home runs yet. Because I'm just hitting them with the batting cages over here. Guys, welcome.
Good to be here, man.
Court, are you happy that Ari couldn't make it? We get to sit with the beautiful Sarah Tiana.
I love Sarah Tiana, man. She's the best. We went to Europe together. We spent a month.
We went to Scotland. There's a guy here from Scotland.
Yeah.
We just
that guy right there that looks like a girl.
Yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah.
Nice to see you, man.
Yeah. So no, I love Tiana. I mean, I can't believe the Jews over in Sherman Oaks get another costume fitting. That's like the US one yarmulke, one size fits all. What's he fucking looking for? You know?
It's true, and Ari shouldn't wear anything too nice because.
No. Well, I watched his special he did, the Comedy Central one, and he had a really nice suit that he had made in China. I don't know where to just wear that. That was nice.
It's true. I wonder if he's going to wear the glasses with the nose attached for this special that he always wears all the time. His nose is attached to those glasses, right?
It's large.
I think so, yeah. It's really large. It would be weird if it wasn't.
Right.
He should totally buy a bunch of those old Groucho Marx glasses. Package him has Ari Shaffir glasses, mustache.
But they all smell like weed, though. That would be the best way to do it. Yeah. They would be like Ari.
Right. Ari's got beak, is what we're saying, everybody. He's our Jewish friend, and he one of the fun things that he's doing is on the deleted scenes of his special, he does one of my favorite things in the world called a Q&A, where people in the audience get to ask him questions about being Jewish, and he rolls with it. It's the funniest. It's my favorite thing in the world. So I'm actually going to be part of it, so you can catch me on the deleted scene, or on not the deleted scenes, the extras of Ari Shaffir's 1 hour special that he's shooting here in a month. I'll be asking extremely racist questions from the back of the room.
It's a typical Tuesday.
Exactly.
Now they're getting ready for Wednesday.
Sort of. I don't think they're really. It hits them like 5 seconds less. Like there's an audio delay in here right now.
Yeah, they're still trying to figure out why Ari's not here.
Right.
I don't blame them.
No, it's true. Ari's gonna come say hello later. Hopefully, he makes it out of Sherman Oaks. Hopefully he will.
I don't know. There's a lot of Germans there. Takes them a long time to get up over the mountain.
Right. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. Dan, do you have any questions for tonight's guest?
Sarah, what was your favorite moment in comedy?
My favorite moment in comedy?
Yeah.
Besides you asking me that question? Oh, man, I don't know. You mean, man, I don't know. That's a really tough question.
If you want to ask Cord his question, we'll come back to Sarah.
Cord.
Yeah.
In Teen Wolf, you were number 33 on the team.
Correct.
What position did you play?
I have no fucking idea.
Do you know?
I don't know. That's what I need to know. You can't tell who's playing with that movie.
No, it wasn't like a real game, man. Mike J. Fox, the team. He's 4'3", and he has Parkinson's disease. What a shitty first round pick.
All right, that was my favorite moment.
Yeah.
My answer.
I didn't know you were in Teen Wolf. I love that movie.
Yeah, the original.
Wow.
He was in Can't Buy Me Love, which is the reason I even became friends with him because I was such a huge fan.
Oh, thank you.
Well, that was initially what made me go up and talk to you. I was like, oh my god, because I had a Volkswagen Cabrio convertible just like Cindy Mancini.
Man, I wish I was your guys' age to know what you're talking about right now.
You will be.
Go fuck yourself.
Can't Buy Me Love was one of those movies I used to watch. I was like a loser, and it made me feel good because like, oh, popular girl, and then you were the bad guy in it. That was the.
But I was a nice person. Just because I threw shit at him doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with that.
Now, what did you play in Teen Wolf?
Were you just like was that a small role or?
That's the role he retired on.
Yeah, I retired on that role. I got 4 cent residuals I get from that piece of shit. I was like one of the guys on his basketball team, so it was like one of those things where we were there the whole entire time. And it was fun, man. I mean, except, you were just like, really shitty basketball. I mean, they had this guy that was a basketball player at Loyola Marymount. Like, he was a college basketball player. The shortest kid they could find to put in the wolf costume. And then he was the one who would play basketball when the wolf costume was on. Michael J. Fox sucked. Really fucking bad.
Right.
But, so did we. So did Hunter.
Yeah.
That's still like one guy, Mark. He was in Lee's Big Adventure or whatever. This guy, he weighed about 350. And it was like you could see his nipples through his basketball costume. It's disgusting, man.
I'm surprised Michael J. Fox wasn't that good at basketball. Like I figured he would be better now at basketball than he was then.
He could probably dribble better now. My favorite moment in comedy. Right there. That's my favorite moment.
So, all right, let's get into it, guys. Let's tell you something. And we have over 30 comedians signed up for the opportunity to do 1 minute here tonight. Comedians, when your minute is up, you're going to hear the sound of a kitty. Aw, you can barely hear it. Let's hear it again. Aw, there it is. That means your time's up. Wrap it up then, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. Here it comes. There you go. All right, and
Authentic.
obviously,
This sounds like a rape whistle.
Yeah. Obviously, our bear was driving a French police car in that one, so you never know what the bear is up to. So let's get this thing started, shall we? Here we go. Doing your first minute tonight, and then talking with all of us on a live podcast.
No, it's you got it.
Put your hands together for Dan O.W.
How's it going tonight? Got a question. What do you guys think about ISIS, huh? Yeah, woo! I'm glad you're so opinionated on Egyptian deities. You'll learn this next little bit then. My favorite deity has to be from Hinduism. His name's Ganesh. He had his head chopped off and replaced with the head of an elephant. I was thinking about what his first thought must have been, for me. What can this have happened to my dick instead? But, I mean, even Catholics, though. Catholics have some weird mythology, too. You've probably heard of St. George. He actually became a saint for fucking killing a dragon. And so, I know, patrons say bullshit, right? And so, the people that used to say it might have been a crocodile, but that's still a pretty fucking shitty miracle to get canonized for. And so, and the Catholic Church can never fucking admit it was a crocodile. They have to, canonize Steve Irwin and a bunch of fucking Cajuns from the South. And so, as it stands now, though, I think they pretty much have to make a saint out of whoever kills Bigfoot. There you go. Bigfoot. And the Chupacabra, whatever. Yeah, a lot of imaginary characters you talked about there, especially Jesus Christ. A lot of religious stuff from you. I know that you were on last week, right? Yeah, first time last week. First time on stage ever? First time on stage as a comic ever. Right. So are you planning to get more topical as time goes on? Because you're still doing dragon breathing jokes. I'm just trying right now to just write stuff that I haven't even heard from anybody to try to find my voice. No, I love that. I get it.
It's good. It was original.
Yeah, religious background, right? Yeah, pretty religious background. But what are you up to now? I mean, how do you what in your life happens? Like, what do you do for fun? Because right now, I can picture you covering yourself in black latex and putting a ball gag in your mouth and hitting the streets. Anybody get that to a minute? Because that's the Catholic side of it. Right. Yeah. No, it's really from just the No Life and Wikipedia wormhole, clicking on the link, reading some weird shit, just trying to make
something out of it.
You're very Tom Hanksy. You should do some Tom Hanks stuff.
Well, that's great advice, Brian.
Brian said Tom Hollywood agent.
Tom Hanksy.
You should do more Tom Hanks stuff, you know, like Academy Award-winning film. Great advice, Brian. So, seriously, what do you do for fun? You said Wikipedia. That's not an answer.
Well, I think last time we covered musician, and that pretty much takes up a fair share of my time.
You're a jazz musician, right?
Jazz and blues.
What instrument do you play again?
I play bass mainly, but I also play guitar, piano, whatever else.
Right. Does the bass do you play the bass because it sounds deep, like your father that wasn't there to talk to you?
So I like to feel heavier and blacker as well.
Cool.
You looked at your penis when you said that.
That's Freudian slip, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's because nobody else really plays bass, so
What do you mean nobody else plays bass?
Everybody plays guitar, so if you play bass, more people,
Have you ever been to any concert before? There's almost always a bass player.
Right, they're those guys.
It's usually the guy that couldn't get laid playing guitar. That's playing bass.
Exactly. You can't sing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought your material was interesting. I wouldn't start with a question ever, because you just need to. You walked up there and you took the mic like you were in control, and then you immediately asked a question, which means that you need the audience to tell you what you want to talk about. And I just think if you're going to be assertive, you just come out and go, "Let's talk about Isis. It's my favorite Egyptian god as well." You know what I mean? Just like come right out and just start going.
Yeah, the only thing I would tell you is that every time you say something, you step backwards, almost like you didn't want to own it. So just stand your ground.
Yeah.
Stand up there and you own your material. So just stand there and tell it.
And if you are gonna ask a question, after you ask the question, don't point the microphone at the audience. Like,
why, Tony?
That doesn't work in real life.
I think that
it was a rhetorical question. I mean, what did you expect people to say when you asked, how do you feel about ISIS?
I just wanted some reaction, really.
Okay.
Yeah. Positive or negative. I just wanted to get to the opinion.
Did you really think there was going to be a positive, like, slow clap in the back?
I think there was.
Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. I said,
They could have named themselves after Raw and made themselves easier to cheer for.
Whoa, what was that face you just made?
The Canadian.
I mean, I think if you had a little bit more confidence delivering your material, it would have gone better because you're obviously still really nervous about it. But I think the idea is there, and I like that. Idea of steep time. So I think you did.
What's up with Dan O.W.? What's your real name?
It's Daniel W.
Why Daniel?
Yeah.
He plays bass, dude.
Dano, because I've been called that a lot throughout my life.
Dano, and you're just going with it.
And just the initial W?
W is from being in AA for a long time, just to have it.
You're in AA?
No, not really.
Not really?
Like a lead.
What do you? Are you in it? You're not in AA? Do you ever drink?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, AA would hate me.
Right.
Just,
where do you drink at?
Church these
That's joke so far.
You got it out of you.
Yeah, book 'em, Dano.
Do you really drink?
Yeah, occasionally.
At home?
No.
Where do you drink at?
I'll drink probably now after this.
All right, Dano.
Whenever someone's paying for them, that's where he drinks.
I
have a lot in common.
I like your style. I'd say, you don't want to say your last name?
It's White. Daniel White. I don't have a Twitter that doesn't fucking matter.
Dude, I think you should embrace
Lots
the
of
white.
self-confidence going on there.
I think you should embrace the white.
Well, no, I think about some point transitioning to just Dano.
Dano?
I'd say Daniel or Dan. Dano sounds like, some kind a moron frat guy, and you're not, hey, yo, Dano, and then you show up, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You look more like a,
It's like that commercial where all the people are holding signs for Michael Jordan, and it's that old white guy that shows up at like the airport, or like they think they're gonna be bringing pizza to Michael Jordan, and it's just that guy.
Right.
So that's like how I felt when I heard your name. I was like, oh, cool,
Hey,
Dano.
Poindexter.
Yeah.
Welcome, Dano.
Waldo.
Well, thanks, Dano. Had fun times. There he goes, everybody.
Great job.
Yeah. Wilson. Talking religion. A little religion from Dano at future mall. Saw him here first, though, on Kill Tony. Put your hands together for Ryan Hicks. There he comes. Deep in the back.
What's up? How's everyone doing? Good to be here. I'm in a weird place right now. I just found out that my girlfriend cheated on me with my sister's boyfriend, Todd. Yeah, I want revenge. So I'm gonna fuck Todd. Yeah, right in front of Karen. You know, see how she likes it, man. The punishment should fit the crime. That's all I'm saying. I'm a tense guy. I don't think I'm alone here. I hate traffic. Are you guys anything like me? Are you ever sitting in a traffic jam and you just think, go! How hard is it to merge? Just slow down. Let the other person in. Be considerate. What happened to the golden rule? Treat each other as we would want to be treated. Our emphasis being bigger roads, then it wouldn't be so hard.
Was that the end of that joke?
You guys ever think that in a traffic jam?
Was that the beginning of that Janet Jackson song?
It was really intense. It was like last week when that dude like laid on the ground and did that thing, the Jungle Book thing. That really makes the whole room kind of uncomfortable when you do that, I think.
It was it's an interesting thing. You went from, the Todd thing I liked, and you had me, and then it was a lot of just performing. I get that, though. People are going to laugh at that because it's commitment. You committed hard. You definitely stuck with it.
Thanks.
Is that more along your style, or is the beginning more along your style?
Yeah, the beginning.
Right.
Usually the yelling makes more sense in a longer set because that's the only
you know, how you feel about travel. You know,
Right. You drive a lot from San Diego to here, right?
Yeah, and a lot in San Diego too.
What kind of car do you have?
I just got a Chevy Sonic. It's like a new.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like a little 4-door. It's just like a cheap, good fuel
Chevy
efficient.
Sonic.
Yeah, it just looks like a car. I mean, it's
a shame it doesn't sound like a car.
Yeah, I know, right?
It sounds like
a shame it doesn't taste like Sonic. That'd be delicious.
Did the car dealer come out on roller skates and sell that to you?
Yeah, I came with taters.
Made
Out of
change.
Sonic, where you're from, you peasants.
Made change.
Ryan, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Ask first time guests a question. I probably already asked you this. If not, then you'll be next. So, but I'm going to ask you first, Court. Was there anything that you did in like your first year or 6 months or whatever of stand-up comedy that you can't believe that you did, that you like that you wish you didn't do, that you hope nobody remembers, that you're glad nobody saw, anything crazy like that?
Yeah, I had a really bad night.
Really?
I had only been doing comedy about 8 months. And I had all tit and dick jokes, as most people do when they first start out. And my friend had a Super Bowl party in San Diego, and Sinbad was the headliner. And he goes, "Do you want to open for Sinbad?" And I was like thinking, "Oh, Super Bowl party, people fucked up, drunk, everything." I go, "Yeah, sure, fuck, I'll do 5-6 minutes, whatever." And then as we're walking to the venue, he goes, "Now you know that there's kids and parents and everything. Like it was like a family party." And I was like, "Have you seen my fucking material?"
Right.
Man, it's like I do dick jokes. And he goes, "We can't do dick jokes." And I go, "Then I'm not fucking doing this." He goes, No, you're doing it." And I had to stand in front of people. I had to write like 5 minutes in like 10 minutes. With 6 months into comedy, I ate so much shit in that 6 minutes. I had a table of friends sitting there laughing their balls off at how much shit I was spooning in my face.
Yeah. I once had something like that happen. I was doing the road with Sam, and